These long bars, these are for walk behinds. So if you have a walk behind rotary mower, set this down on the ground, lift the front of it up, set the two front tires in, you lift the back, you roll it forward, set it down, lift it up, I drop the oil, I slip the blade off, I sharpen the blade, put it back on, put the plug in, set it back down, put oil in it. The guy never has to lift the lawnmower up physically on a table. And they're light enough that you're tempted to always do that. But how many times can you pick a lawnmower up on a table before you hurt yourself? One of the times you're going to do it wrong. This thing, lift the front up, lift the back up, you're not really picking the lawnmower up. And so this is really nice. These pieces down here are the wheels if you want to actually move them. And so that's only if you're trying to move it around the shop would you utilize those. This piece, drop two pins in there. You could put a bottle jack, and it comes with a bottle jack. Set a bottle jack, and you can stick it under the machine and lift it up with a bottle jack. And so that's what that option is for. I'm going to go around the other side. Hanging on the tree right here is 3 different attachments. This one here, if you put a wrench on the bottom and turn it, it acts as a jack and it comes up. And there's 2 of them. And so you put one each side of an axle, rotate them, you can lift this machine up, pull the tires off, and work on the brakes. And so that's what these are for. The third one, if you want to put it on the differential, you can stick this underneath the differential pan and just lift up the middle and lift both tires off the ground. So it has 3 of these. Even this machine here, I don't have to take the machine off to put it. I can take these and slip them up underneath, jack them up against the frame, lift it up, slide the trays out of the way, pull the tires off, put the brakes on, put it back on, set them back down on the trays, pull these things out without ever lifting or lowering. We have an overhead crane. This is an electric one. The machine itself, you can either put like a come along on here, or this thing's pretty handy. So I can attach it to this frame up here and just lift the front of this thing up, do any kind of work that I want to it. Right now it's up there, and so if I bring the machine underneath here, I could pull a motor out, I could lift something up, an axle out, or something like that. There's also another attachment that clips onto this bar that comes up, and this piece sticks on top. You'll see it in your hand out there. And so you can stick it on there, and I can attach it to this machine, lift it up off there, pull the tires out, and when I lift the lift up and down, it goes with it. So the 2 stay together. Right now, if I have this hooked and I lower it down, this thing will come off the ground. So I'd have to like lower the lift and lower the chain hoist at the same time. It's not really a great thing. So those are options for this machine. When you start getting big equipment on here, then it does tend to lean, and it does kind of look kind of scary. But for small equipment, you can put snowmobiles, you can put utility carts, lawnmowers, any kind of fairway mowers. It'll actually do quite a bit of stuff. So very universal. Okay, this one here, this particular lift is a snap-on lift. It's a little bit different than the Hefty that we just looked at. A 2-post lift that will lift up larger equipment. This is better suited for large fairway mowers, trim mowers. You can do compact tractors. You can even pick up a car or a pickup, your shop pickup, with this particular one. It doesn't have all the little attachments that the Hefty lift came with, but when it comes to bigger equipment, you don't really need those little attachments. The way this one works, there's a tray in the back that you drive the piece of equipment in. You put the back tires on the rear tray, so it doesn't matter if there's one tire or multiple tires. Then the front tires, you slide these forks. You got a set of forks that come in. This particular machine here is a snap-on. I don't really recommend it, partly because of this arm that's on here. Snap-on took an automotive lift. You can kind of look at these pads. The arms come out. There's a pad that goes on the bottom of the car. this particular setup is kind of a hokey thing. They kind of took an automotive lift and they wanted to get into the golf market, so they just kind of made these brackets. They don't slide very well, and they're just not very user-friendly. The tolerances are not very good. When you lift this machine up, the machine tends to lean down just because everything moves.